Good afternoon, everyone. It's my honour to lead the learning community in artificial intelligence within EUTOPIA. And I have some slides, which are not currently, there we are. I have some slides to show you. I hope you'll be able to see them at the back. What I'm going to do here is to try to tell you in just 4 minutes a little bit of the detail of the kinds of things we are going to do. So I'm going to focus in a moment on an international tournament, and I'll explain what I mean by that then. But first, just to look at what our activities currently are. We're focused on 3 things. The first one was a quick win, which we have already achieved. EUTOPIA-wide master doctoral seminars in network theory run from Cergy. This was a quick win because it can be done across the internet and very straightforwardly. A longer-term aim of our group is to deliver a modular course, an introduction to artificial intelligence, which is appropriate to many different programs, not just computer science programs, many different programs, and that has involved the design of a sub-modular system which allows us to tailor the material from our module to lots of different kinds of needs, lots of different kinds of deliveries, and in particular to allow the experts throughout the European EUTOPIA network to deliver material on their own speciality. So within such a course, of course, we have multiple topics, and those topics are specialized within different departments. So the specialists then can deliver the topics, and therefore the students get the best experts about each one of their topics. What I'm going to focus on more closely today is one part of that artificial intelligence course, which is a programming activity. We call it learning by gaming. And the idea, the older members of the audience may remember playing this way back in their teenage years. The idea is there's a game which is normally played by humans. We want a computer to play it, and our students have to write the code that makes the computer play it. The idea then is that the games can be played off against each other, and the students can compete in this way. This has been developed by our colleagues in Pompeu Fabra in Barcelona, and there is an online system which enables the students to share their software. They write their software, they upload it to a server, and then a tournament is played virtually in the cloud, and the students get to see the results. Those teams, maybe you can see there are 3 orange team boxes on the slides behind me. Those teams can come from individual departments, they can come from individual courses, and that's the way we're currently looking at it. But in future, we hope those teams will be spread between the institutions, so the students will be actively working together with other students from other universities. Once the teams have been put together, they make their software, they perfect it, they upload it, and then it goes into the tournament. So far, this has been rolled out in Barcelona, a safe test in the one location, and it worked very well. Last year, it was run in Barcelona at Pompeu Fabra and in the University of Ljubljana on a voluntary basis for the students because it was This year, we're hoping to do the same thing again, but with the addition of the Vrije Universiteit Brussels, where we will be running this program as part of our new Bachelor's in Artificial Intelligence. In future years, we will hopefully roll this out, not just within these 3 universities, but within the other universities within EUTOPIA, so that all of our students can work together on a common goal, which is a very relevant thing for artificial intelligence, building small programs which are capable of doing things which are normally requiring human-level intelligence. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Wiggins. The next connected learning community treats of urban education. Urban education, it is Professor Joost Vaesen from the Multidisciplinary Institute of Teacher Education, giving us a word about it.
Dear audience, great schools for all, that's what we need. That sounds obvious, right? But achieving that ambition turns out to be not that easy. What is one of the issues? Large cities such as Brussels do not just concentrate economic wealth. Its populations are more often affected by poverty and featured by extensive ethnocultural diversity. Indeed, currently 75% of the inhabitants of Brussels has roots abroad, and Brussels is certainly not unique. Urban education ambitions to shift the lens from a too narrow view on classrooms as such to the interactions between schools and the urban fabric. Why? Because schools in urban areas are largely influenced by their environment and the living conditions of their students and families. And this interaction is of crucial significance for the development of urban schools and their students, and yet too often underexposed. Hence, urban education is precisely about schools that are located in dense metropolitan areas that have a highly diverse population from an ethnocultural, linguistic, gender, etc. point of view, and that are endowed with limited resources such as technology and financial capabilities. It's clear that to answer complex urban issues, knowledge from different domains must be integrated. And in our learning community, we do so by joining forces across many walls. First, by bringing together experts from 6 different universities. Second, by building bridges between different domains: teacher education, educational sciences, geography, literature, graphical design, applied linguistics. And thirdly, by engaging staff, students, schools, and other societal actors. Our learning community roadmap includes 3 stages: the exchange of existing expertise, the co-creation of new pilot learning materials, and finally the design of a new course. Obviously, we started with the creation of a shared framework, and we did so by developing a glossary with key concepts in order to speak the same academic language. Furthermore, we are exchanging expertise through field trips, such as you can see here on the slide, to a suburb of Paris, and through case studies. Our current phase consists of co-creating new pilot learning activities together with students, schools, and civil society actors. We tested some tools during a blended intensive program, the very first at my university, including interactive city walks. And oh yes, that involved an immersion in boxing, an activity that vulnerable youngsters in Brussels sometimes venture into. A second example of such a pilot program is the new school in the city, Scan. But it's on the next slide, there it is. It's ambitions to produce a photographic essay in theme through visits to schools and their neighborhoods in order to look beyond usual perspectives, focusing on learning opportunities for all pupils. And as mentioned before, our ambition is to co-create a blended EUTOPIA course to which we want to link action research to further develop evidence-informed education. To wrap up, some students and staff summarized their journey so far with just one single word.
Noi orizonturi.
Waarderend.
Stimulation.
Instructief.
Povezanost. Intercanvi.
We're looking very much forward to continue this stimulating journey. Thank you very much. Hartelijk dank voor jullie aandacht.